Hi, welcome to Inside Art. I'm your host, RJ Taylor. I hope you enjoy this preview for the Savage Sunday Brunch. Free brunch, art, mimosas, Inside Art. What more could you want? This Sunday, January 8th, 10 a.m. Hope to see ya. Inside Art is an experiment into answering the questions about who, what, where, why, how art is created. I've always wanted to know the answers to these questions, and I hope you do too. And I hope we find them on this journey. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the Inside Art preview for the Savage Sunday Brunches with artist Steven Clippinger and Shawn Savage. No, it's Channel Z for Zencom.
RJ, wanted to introduce you to our newest artist, Steve.
How do you do?
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Come into the sunshine.
Hi. Come into the light. Well, welcome to Savage.
Unloading.
Tell them a little bit about your work.
What a great gallery. I'm showing two things. I'm showing my paintings, which are architectural in nature, and Shawn wanted me to bring a collection of my sculptures, which I've been doing for the last year, and I use garbage. I dumpster dive.
Oh my gosh.
And the materials, the armature and the basic coat of it are all recycled material. And then I cover with tar and concrete and build the forms out of that. Oftentimes the form is dictated by the underlying structure of the sculpture, and they look like they're metal. People swear that they have to weigh a ton. They're heavy, but they're relatively light. They're coated them with a tar product, and then sometimes a concrete product and paint, and then they're glazed. Unfortunately, they're indoor because what the desert sun does, to paint. So.
Do you go in with a preconceived notion of what you want to create, or does the garbage itself tell you what it wants to be?
Both, but often the beginning of it is that it suggests a form to me, and then I work with that. Oftentimes I seek out shapes that I think would relate to the form that I'm trying to create.
These are
his sculptures, and unlike anything we've ever had.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty amazing.
Oh.
Like he said, you would never know that these were made out of recyclable things.
You'd never know.
It was,
Wow.
Now, there's something you don't see on camera all the time.
Why don't you ride it?
I used to raise horses. He did look like a horse.
So Shawn, we're seeing many, many changes here. What has inspired this complete changeover?
Well, we're our 6-month anniversary, and quite honestly, I wanted to give the place a fresh look. We've had thousands of people into the gallery in the last 6 months, and I wanted them to keep coming, so we had to freshen it up and make it look a little different. So when they come again, they don't feel like it's the same old thing. We want to keep them on their toes and keep them coming back. And for this show, for our 6-month anniversary, it was, I hadn't done paintings in a little while since I've been running the gallery, so I wanted to create a whole new series of works. Of course, with me, I'm doing it at the very last minute, since this is a Friday morning.
And you're expected to premiere these on Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Wow.
So I have got the major paintings done. I know exactly what I'm doing, so I've got everything mapped out. So.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
So this is a part of a series of 3 4x6 paintings, and they're mostly black and whites and grays. Several layers went into this, so they look very simple, but I guarantee you they were not simple to create. have another sculptor. His name is Todd, and he's a new sculptor for us. He's actually going to be installing some large pieces on the outside of the gallery.
Wow,
And,
this has movement to it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh my goodness, that is awesome.
The blue wall, that painting has never looked better.
So tell us a bit more about your paintings. What is your inspiration?
Most of this series is all urban images. Everyone thinks this looks like San Francisco. I don't know, do you see the bridge? The bridge to nowhere. And I just simply, this is using some of my diver dumpster talent.
Dumpster diving.
Yeah.
Sustainable art.
So
Wow.
so
Oh yeah, now I see it. Circuit board.
An old circuit board.
Huh.
But I try to incorporate those things. Those were wires, obviously. And on a backdrop of a cityscape.
It goes so well with the painting, though.
Not intentional, but naturally it's not a bad thing.
Steve was actually one of the teachers for one of our other local talents here in town. What's his name?
Charlie. Ciali.
Yeah.
Oh,
very-
okay.
Very
Yeah,
successful here in
we've
town.
had him on our show as well.
Yeah. So so this is the guy who taught him some stuff.
That's, we have teachers.
Foundation design, I think he was in my freshman foundation course back in Buffalo, New York. I was the chairman of the art department there. Started off as a professor and decided to see if I could do my thing and make a living, and I opened a gallery and a studio in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and had a long run with that before I decided to get out of all the consumerism, and I went back to the farm, East Tennessee, and I built a farm and raised horses, and really have not worked. I did landscape design, you know, I did put in 7 ponds, but I didn't work on canvas. And
What pulled you back?
You know, if you're creative and you have that artistic urge in you, it will destroy you if you don't give it a release. It truly is. I mean, my partner said, you know, this is payback time. You know, you're retired, you're old. And I couldn't do that. I found myself in a very bad space. And so I have a studio now here in town on Sunny Dunes. And it's my place to go, that the world stops and I create, and it just works for me. And I think most artists need to be producing in some way. You have to, and Gene said you can't do any more at the house in the process of putting in a koi pond, but I have really done it. You know, there is a point where you can overdo.
Wow. We'll have to do the next interview there. It sounds like an amazing space.
And my collection that I have there.
Is it a space for you that just it feels like an oasis? Is it? Have you made it your own little paradise?
I have.
Oh wow.
I have.
That's terrific.
And I've done it on all levels. You know, when I taught in foundation, when you teach someone about art, something very, very important happens, and it's not just about proportions in a sculpture or the way you paint or the color relationship or the shapes. It's really, as an artist, you begin to use art and see everything in life as art. You know, the way you prepare and serve your food, the way you do your gardening, the way you arrange the space you live in. You know, the way you know, for women put on their makeup, or when you say, you know, I want this shirt with it. It's all art, really. You're using the same principles that we that call ourselves artists do for a living and put on canvas or make sculpture with.
Interesting point. So it's really a lifestyle.
It is.
Interesting. Thanks for spending the time.
Well, thank you very much. My pleasure.